I got one more video in me before I hit the hay today, I think. So let's quickly talk about this one. The Ends Pokemon deck, I suppose. Ends Zorua and Zoroark. Excuse my proxy cards. I got some in the mail for the actual version of this. Ends Darmaka, Ends Darmanitan, Ends Reshiram. I pulled one of these and one of them was the promo that I got. Pecharunt EX, I actually need to find that because I haven't ordered it yet. Pheasantipity EX, Badoo. I have Monkey Dories, I just didn't put it in the deck, but there you go. This is a deck list that I pulled from online. It won a City League, you know, whatever, and so I wanted to kind of talk about it. So, and Zoroark is very cool. One very meta, I think, when we talk about decks that are going to be meta relevant, I think one of the most important things post-rotation is whether or not the attacking Pokemon has some kind of draw engine built into it, because that kind of artificially boosts a deck immediately if it has that as an option, right? So a deck like Golden Go or Dragapult, both of those have this kind of draw engine built in. Golden Go has, when it's in the active, you can draw one and then another one, and on the bench it can just draw one. Dragapult is to check the top two cards of your deck, choose one of them, put the other one on the bottom. These options make a deck exponentially more valuable. Now obviously you have other decks as well, or not even other decks, but other engines that you can put into a deck. Like, you know, Charizard runs a Pidgeot engine. Golden Go actually also runs the Dunsparce. Some decks are trying out like a Revavroom engine, Ceruledge notably, which varying levels of success. I think that some people are also trying that with Gardevoir, and I don't think that it necessarily fits it all that well. But anyways, getting sidetracked. And Zoroark has an ability called Trade. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw 2 cards. Really simple, really good. Discard 1, draw 2. It's Greninja, Radiant Greninja, but, or actually it's Refinement Curlia, but it's also a stage 1 actually, so it's basically just Refinement Curlia, but it can attack. Its attack costs 2 dark energy, called Night Joker. Choose one of your bench to Ends Pokemon's attacks and use it as this attack. So the 2 Ends Pokemon that we're really using in this deck are Ends Darmanitan and Ends Reshiram. Obviously Ends Zoroark as well, but the attacks that we're going to use are going to be one of these 4. So the 4 options are Backdraft, which is on Ends Darmanitan. Can I get this in focus there? A little bit, kind of. You can see the webcam, so that's cool. Backdraft, 30 damage for each basic energy card in your opponent's discard pile. Very situationally useful. Probably not going to be doing that all that often. And Flame Body Cannon, 90 damage. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. This also does 90 damage when your opponent's bench Pokemon. Not terrible. Not the most incredible amount of damage, but I mean, a 90 damage snipe can usually take out a basic Pokemon like a Pidgey, Charmander, like something that's being set up, all the way up to Dracloak, actually, I believe. I think it's got 90 HP. Let me look that up. Yes, exactly 90. So you can snipe Dracloaks, which is pretty nice, actually. Reshiram has Powerful Rage, 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. This is probably like the main... I'm not going to say you're always going to be using this attack, because probably you're going to be using Flame Body Cannon fairly often as well. But I think that Flame Body Cannon, Powerful Rage, and then Virtuous Flame are going to be your 3 big attacks. Powerful Rage, when you've taken damage, if you haven't died from it, will do a lot of damage, probably. Because any attack that you're going to take, if it doesn't kill you, is going to be, like, pretty close. So you're going to be able to hit back literally twice as hard, actually. Very interesting. And then Virtuous Flame is just 170 damage straight up. So there's nothing, and this is the thing that's kind of interesting about this deck. There's nothing that's like insane damage wise. Like the most insane damage you're gonna do is if your opponent, like, you know, let's say your opponent does 100 damage to your Zoroark, you're able to hit for 200. If your opponent does 150, you're able to hit for 300, and if they've done 160 or 170, then you're able to kill a Charizard with it. Which is not bad, but, you know, I think more often than not, you're going to be using the Flame Body Cannon, just kind of snipe, 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 snipe. In which case, this deck actually plays very similar to the Hop deck. What the heck? These are very nice to shuffle, but they're very slippery as well. Yeah, it plays very similar to the Hop deck, where you're just doing like snipe, 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 damage, damage, damage. In terms of supporters and other stuff, we're running 4 Professor's Research, 4 Iono, 2 Boss, 4 Buddy Buddies, using those to get Zoruas, and not Darumakas, Badoo. It's really actually just those. Might be excessive to have 4 Buddy Buddies then, in all honesty. But I guess consistency is, you know, potentially worth the price. And you can always discard these later on in the game for trade, so think of it almost like Battle VIP packs way back in the day. Back in the day being like a year and a half ago. Nest Ball times 4. The funny card from the set ends PP up. Attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your benched ends Pokemon. If you have, let me just quickly bring this one up, Ends Castle in play, you can easily use Ends PP up to put energy onto a bench Zoroark and then just switch into the active and just rotate using that. So this is a pretty valuable card for the deck, running 3 of them. Ultra Ball times 3, Counter Catcher times 2, Super Rod times 2, Power Glass allows you to bring energy. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure. After you attack, you get to bring energy from your discard pile back onto your active Pokemon if it's the one that attacked using power, and it has Power Glass. So, very nice. Especially if you're using Flame Body Cannon, because you discard the energy and then you just put it right back on, at least one of them. Defiance Band, 30 more damage if you're behind. Maximum Belt, 50 more damage to Pokemon EX, or whoever's got it on. Which, in the case of Flame Body Cannon, puts you up to 140 damage. In the case of Powerful Rage, could be the difference between a KO and not. I think it's situational there, although actually you could do 220 with Virtuous Flame with it as well. So we're getting somewhere. Ends Castle, like I said, allows you to retreat for free any Ends Pokemon. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Dark Energy and 2 Reversal Energy. Reversal Energy being any type, 3 of any type of energy as long as you are behind. It has to be an evolution Pokemon or no? Yes. Oh, but it also can't have a Roblox, so it has to be... This would be, I guess, a situation where you're actually attacking with your N-Star Manitan as opposed to attacking with Zoroark. I wanted to play this deck tonight at Casuals, but we got sidetracked and I didn't get a chance, so... I don't have a lot of experience playing it, but I think that's very interesting. It's definitely worth highlighting because out of all the decks that come out of this new expansion, or rather like the trainers Pokemon, this one seems to be performing at a higher level than the other ones. Iono's I feel like is just dead in the water, same for Lilies, like there really isn't any consistency to the Lilies Pokemon, or like there's no strategy it seems like with the Lilies Pokemon. But Hops is kind of good, and Ends is this, generally. You're attacking with these, actually, but you're attacking with these attacks. So yeah, I think it's very cool. I think it's very interesting. It's not anywhere near like Regidrago in terms of like, you know, oh, I'm going to use this attack, I'm going to use that attack. But I think that the format is slowing down to a point where that might not be a deal breaker for a deck. Obviously, you know, every deck wants to be Regidrago, but yeah, I think we're in kind of a relatively healthy time for the Pokemon TCG until Megas come out, and then there's 3 prizers in again, and it's a whole thing. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this one. If you have any questions about the deck, you know, leave a comment. If you want to tell me something about it, leave a comment as well. Like if you liked the video, subscribe if you really liked it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.